the shade of. It's the shade of. It's the state of.
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to the State of X podcast. This is the podcast where we talk all things social experiment wrestling and just hang out with your favorite wrestlers. I'm your host, of course, Cody Tiano, welcoming you once again. We have a phenomenal show planned out for you. But before we get to all that, of course, we got to do a little bit of housekeeping. Don't worry, we're going to jump right into this because we have an absolute legend on the show. But first, of course, we wouldn't be able to do this without you folks, the viewers. So please, if you like the show, and I really hope you do, hit that like button. Even hit the subscribe button. It's going to help us out a lot to make sure that we know that you are still enjoying this content and we can keep putting this out there. And of course, we've got a bunch of good hit shows coming up. We've got our May 9th show, which is right around the corner, the Riverhawk Rumble in Mason City, Iowa. With that show, there are limited tickets available. The front row is already completely sold out. So you need to get your tickets quick because this show will sell out. And that is the big show where we are going to see our guest Rhino going up against the heavyweight champ Hugh Mech. And the winner of that match will be at our next show, which is even bigger because it is our first of two ballpark beatdowns. Yes, this one is at Cedar Rapids on June 5th. At the Veterans Memorial Stadium, our ballpark beatdown. And then the next one, we've got another ballpark show, if you can believe it, in Waterloo, Iowa, July 31st at the Riverfront Stadium. That is two huge shows booked almost back to back. And the cool thing about those, you can go out, enjoy a baseball game. Of course, you got to pay for your ticket for that. But if you buy a ticket to the game, right afterwards is our show. And you get in for free if you show them the ticket that you had to the ballpark. You get in. So you get a fun baseball game during the day, and then right afterwards, you've got a Social X show. I'd say that that's a perfect day to me. But all of that being said, last little bit, if you want to keep this going and you want to keep seeing everything that we're doing, make sure to let everyone know and be sure yourself to check out Social Experiment Wrestling on all the various platforms. Instagram, Facebook, of course, here on YouTube. And if you want to check me out, and I really hope that you want to, find me at Tiano Comedy on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, because I am an old man. All of that being said, I think that's all the housekeeping that we've got. Yeah, let's just jump right into the show. How about it? Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest on the podcast, please give it up. He is our reigning Red X champion. He is the Golden God himself, proclaimed. Please give it up for my guest. Show him some love, Mr. Bryce Jordyn. Bryce, thank you so much for joining the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, almost did it right by the fact that, like you said, current reigning, defending, greatest ever Red X champion there is, but, you know, you could have laid it on a little bit heavier.
Yeah, I've got to at least inflate your ego a little bit. That way, you know, you're willing to sit here and have a conversation. I'm willing to boost you where I can. That way you'll have a conversation with me.
I mean, we'll see where the night takes us because, you know, one little slip up and I don't know, I might just have to go get out of here.
Well, we'll see. I don't know if you saw my conversation with JB Grizzly, but I can be a little bit catty. So.
Oh, I understand with that guy.
That's true. All right, so you've been off the road for a hot minute. I know you've chatted and you've definitely talked with a lot of your fans and been on a couple of podcasts about your injury. I know you don't want to focus too much because you might be. Is it true you may be coming back? You're hitting the end of the road of recovery?
Yeah, I mean, I'm I'm hoping so because I'm getting a little stir crazy not being able to do any of this. You know, yeah, like you said, just on the road to recovery. I feel like it's going really well though. A little hiccups along the way, but
it was your shoulder that was messed up, right?
Correct. I had rotator cuff surgery. They repaired the rotator cuff, and then they ended up having to put a screw in my bicep tendon in order to keep that locked in because it
Great. So they
was
screwed up
coming
all
out
of
of the
your.
groove. Yeah, it was coming out of the groove, and it was completely frayed.
So they screwed up every single time now that you go to the airport and you're like, I swear I'm not a terrorist. It's
Yeah,
just a screw in my shoulder.
nothing's here. I promise. I don't want it to be there either. Like, you give me some money, you get it taken out, I'll do it.
Just don't look at my shoes.
Yes, 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 please.
A rotator cuff. So, forgive my ignorance, but how did you mess up the rotator cuff?
So I ended up messing it up a long time ago. This has been an ongoing thing that I've been dealing with. It's been about 6 years since I
Really?
initially injured it.
Okay.
Uh, it was right around when I started training, actually. I was starting to train and starting to really hit the gym more. And then, of course, just being not strong enough, I was trying to do some really heavy chest flies incline.
Mm.
And as I was coming down, all of a sudden it went and
Ooh.
just like I was like, ah,
Felt a tear or heard a pop?
yes.
Oh,
So
both.
like I was like,
Even more
that kind
terrifying.
of yeah, that kind of hurt. I should probably go down in weight. So I went down in weight. Did like
Doctor
two
down in
more.
weight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did like two more, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think this is gonna resolve itself right now.
Right. This isn't an
I
ice it and I'll feel better in the morning kind of thing.
I iced it, and it was probably 2 weeks. I was like basically unable to use my arm. Like I could barely lift it, but then like eventually I could again. So I was like, doctors, who needs them?
Not gonna waste good
Uh,
copay.
exactly. And so I was like, it's probably fine.
Right.
And lo and behold, many, many years later, get an MRI. They're like, yeah, your rotator cuff's torn, your bicep tendon's all messed up, your labrum's a little frayed. It needs surgery. I'm like,
Ah.
shit.
Good Lord. I'm waiting for that day because uh I I'm an elderly man that's literally turning funny enough, I'm turning 33 right when this podcast drops. So
Hey,
you
happy
in the comments section wish
birthday.
me happy birthday because I have an ego and I need attention. Anywho, uh I like my body is like I by no means have a wrestler's body and I've been working since I was 11 years old and I used to do construction. There's no cartilage in my knees. It's gone from like I laid carpet, tile, vinyl and stuff like
Yeah.
that and just like carpet you've got to get down on your hands and knees and it's just this it's one end is a pad that has nails in it, and the other side is like a cushion. You gotta slam it onto the ground and just bash your knee into it. The
You
perfect
know,
thing. It's a cushion. What harm could it do if
yeah,
you do it 1,000 times?
and it's funny because what I do outside of the wrestling is I'm a physical therapy assistant.
Oh, good
So,
lord.
I get to work with people like that where they've absolutely, destroyed their bodies because hey, we all gotta work to get paid,
Work's got to get
like
done.
it's gotta get done, otherwise, So being having to work with people like that, I get to say like, oh, you should really take care of your body, and like, oh, what do you do? And I'm like, well,
I destroy my
uh,
body for a living.
but like people hit me with steel chairs and toss me around. I've jumped off a steel cage, Don't worry about what I do. Just
That
listen to what I say.
that's off the clock stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Do as I say,
Listen to
not as I do.
me. Yeah, exactly. Listen to me. Come buy a ticket and watch me, but don't emulate. There you
Right,
go.
exactly. I had a moment just recently. I drive a truck now. I've been a truck driver for 10 years. I had to get something off my windshield wiper, and so I climbed up on the hood and then came back down. I was on the just the grill guard itself. I was 2 feet in the like up off the ground, and I just go, well, here we go, and I plopped down, and my knees came this close to buckling and just collapsing to the ground. And I'm like, I'm 33.
Yeah, like this should be happening yet. Like at least give me a few more years.
Like I was about ready to just go and go, all right, just put me down like a horse.
That's it's a bitch getting old, you know, and things don't heal like they do. Cause funnily enough, before I got surgery
Yes.
in another one of my matches, I actually messed up my knee and my quad.
Oh, jeez.
Uh, which ended up being a hindrance because I still had a couple more matches before I went under surgery. I had one for Social X, and then I had for another company, and
You're not going to cancel those shows.
no, and I ended up having to wrestle on the one, and then we changed plans at Social because
Right.
there's no way, like it is off a simple thing, right? I missed a crossbody off the second, right?
Right.
But I came down just right enough on the knee where I potentially destroyed some of the quad
Oh,
tendon slash
gee.
quad. I couldn't bend my knee like at all.
That seems to be important.
Yeah,
You kind of want that to happen.
So I went into surgery for my shoulder while I was still only to be able to bend my knee to about 90 degrees.
Oh,
That's
jeez.
sitting okay comfortable in a chair. That's not even sitting comfortable in a chair. It's like
Right.
okay, and it just wouldn't go. Uh, and it's funny because I'm basically been rehabbing shoulder, knee this entire time that I've been out, and I don't know which one's worse right now. I feel like the knee is because it's just like it just
Wasn't
doesn't
it
want to go away.
5 minutes ago? You're like, yeah, I'm totally on near the end of the road to recovery, and now
I
you're
feel like
telling
it
me like, oh
is.
yeah, my arm and my knee are shit, but like,
It's
what?
just it just depends on the day. It's crazy. You always hear people, the rain,
I was literally about to say
the
like,
rain, and now it rains, and I'm like, fuck the rain.
yeah, right. It's not good for
Ow,
them
it
weary
hurts
bones.
everywhere. Fuck.
We're literally like we're old gypsies being like, oh yes, my bones tell me a storm's a brewing, like an old sailor or gypsy or something like that.
Yeah, I
It's not
just feel
derogatory.
it.
I just don't know another name for it. I apologize. Somebody told me at one point that that's not the proper term to say, but
Yeah, you fucking piece of shit.
I
God
know it.
damn.
You're not the first person, and you won't be the last to call me that.
God willing.
So, how long have you been wrestling? And like I usually say during these interviews, I am relatively new to the company. This is my first
Mm-hmm.
year with it. I know you are, of course, the Red X champion, and you
Mm-hmm.
got crowned that. Actually, now that I think about it, doing my research, we're 2 months shy of a full year of being the reigning champion, Red
Which is
X.
it's a little crazy to think about because even looking back at that time, uh, it doesn't feel like that long ago. And I feel like that's just another
Well,
part
you've
of
been on
like
painkillers
doing
for a year.
yeah, that doesn't fucking help, man. All of a sudden these days are all just starting to
They give you the good stuff, and time stops being a concept you know of.
yeah, and so the fact that it's been almost that long is just kind of nuts. Uh and the worst part about it is I've been laid up for
Right.
most of that time. You know, this is going on, I'm pretty sure I was trying to figure it out, like 7 months since surgery.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, because I think in yeah, because May would be 8, and then June would be 9. So
Oh, wow.
it's just been yeah, it's been crazy.
I can imagine. So, like, but I mean, you had experience wrestling before Social X, I would imagine. You see,
Hmm.
I don't think it'd be crazy if you jump right into it and then you're like immediately crowned the champion your first year in. That'd be a hell of a babyface run. But how
Yeah,
long you been wrestling for?
I think I started training in 2018,
Okay.
right? And then I had my first match in 2019, uh, beginning of that year, and then yeah, just been going hard ever since.
Right. Did you this is gonna be a generic question, but you still gotta ask these questions. You had inspirations, I would imagine, or like guys that you sort of admired and you want to emulate, when
Yeah.
you're in the
Oh,
ring.
for sure. I mean, there's plenty of things I've, stolen from guys that I've just, adored, right? I mean, especially for like at that time, back in like 2018, that was when NXT Golden Black was like
Ah,
going fucking nuts, right? Like, and then you had the Finn Balor's, Johnny Gargano, Ciampa, Roddy, Adam Cole, like all those guys, like. And one of the main reasons that like made me feel like I could get into this is because I know those guys weren't big. I'm not like a super big. I'm 5'9".
right.
You know what I mean? Like that's those guys' size.
Yeah, hey, bigger
And
than me. I'm a little
I see
5'7"
them.
slice of heaven.
Yay, little stud muffin. So seeing those guys like being able to do what they do, just like completely like was like okay, so there is a chance that I can do this. You know what I mean?
Right,
Because
you don't got to be a monster like our heavyweight champion Hugh Mack. He's got to be. I don't want to insult the man, but the dude's got to be at least 3 bills.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's a monster.
He's a big dude.
Right.
So, but then that's the thing is that's what I saw pro wrestling at because I really didn't know the indies.
Right.
Like I didn't know really. Like I knew TNA, but TNA at that point still was they had their stars, right? They had the X Division, which I fucking love.
Yes.
But they still they ended up with the Hogans and the Nashes and guys like that who are larger than life.
Dude, if you would have told me when I was just a tyke watching WWE, if you'd have told me every single one of those dudes is above 6 foot, other than Rey Mysterio, I'd have believed you.
Yeah, exactly. So like I didn't know anything real much about ROH. I didn't know about PWG. I didn't know about any of that shit. Any local. I didn't figure out local wrestling until 2018 pretty much.
So how does the process work of like going from an observer to being in the ring? Is it sort of like I mean, as a comedian myself, the go-to way of like getting into the business is you go to an open mic and just
Mm-hmm.
hit those over and over and over again. I don't think there's an open mic for wrestling by any means. You can't just walk
Yeah.
in there. I mean, there's bar fights, but
Right.
I'm pretty sure you can't hit a dude with a stone cold stunner and get away with it.
Right, exactly. It evolved into I can remember this. I was in the Des Moines area, and I was at the Big Four tournament for basketball. You and I, Iowa State, and Drake. And one of my buddies messaged me. He goes, "Yo, you're in Des Moines? I'll pick you up. I'll bring you home because he lived near me." He's like, "There's a indie show right next to you, like literally down the block." And I was like, "Oh, you're gonna pick me up, take me home too?" Yeah, sure, why not? Because I drove with my dad.
Right.
So I didn't drive. So he's like, "Yeah, I'll take you home." I'm like, "Oh shit, okay, cool." And then yeah, my very first any event was Impact Pro Wrestling down at the Forte Center, and I just like this is awesome.
Right.
This is so cool. Like, and
So
then we just kept going, like, because he had always been going to those shows, so I just tagged along finally.
right. So then
And
how did you manage to get your way into the ring?
so I once I started going to shows, I was like, man, it'd be really cool if I could do this.
Right.
So then I started looking at school options. I looked at all the things in Iowa, and then I found out that Impact Pro Wrestling, the show I kept going to, had trainings, and it worked a little bit better with my scheduling. And so I was like, man, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should try it. What's gonna what can be the worst thing to
Right.
happen? At least go check it out.
Of course.
And then I remember there was a lumberjack match where Justin Decent was a lumberjack, legend of the Iowa scene,
Right.
and someone said something behind us, and he said, "Well, if you think you're so good, how about you come and do it?"
Hmm.
And I kind of was like, "What if I came and did it?"
Right.
what if I came and did it? And so I went and asked the promoters, Troy and TS, and I was like, hey, I heard you guys have training stuff. Can I like come check it out? Like, what's the deal on that? And they're like, oh, well, you can always come check it out, take a bump, see how it feels, and
Yeah.
decide from there. I went in, took a bump, jumped off the top rope a couple times, and I was like, man,
Hooked
this is
immediately.
pretty freaking cool. I love this. Like, I've been watching this since I was literally born. Like,
Yeah.
sign me up. Paid the money, signed up. Been doing it since.
Nice. Okay. So you I'm sorry, I've totally spaced. I'm a huge pothead. That was like you said that was 5, 6 years ago, something like that? Or it was how many years
Yeah, that
ago?
was 2018.
2018. So
8?
8 years ago.
Hmm.
Math.
Hmm. I
I'm out of
mean,
school. I don't have to do
shit,
math.
though. Yeah, exactly. Who needs math?
Right. Well, hell yeah. And you fucking now you're sitting here holding a championship title that's just
Mm-hmm.
sitting in your home studio with next to your gamer gear.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everything's right where it should be.
Of course. Man, if little Bryce Jordyn could see, I'd imagine you played the old SmackDown versus Raw and ECW titles, things like that. If little you could have seen you holding a legitimate title, which granted, enough of my trashy friends bought the memorabilia of a
Yeah.
a WWE title. They couldn't afford the spinner one, of course, because
Well,
that
I
would
mean, yeah, it's a spinner. Like that one's a little extra.
you got to get a little bit extra for the
Yeah, yeah,
spinners.
yeah.
But now you've got a title with, you know, uh, not recognition, but yeah, recognition behind it. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not just, hey, I went to the WWE merch store and bought this.
Yeah, it's a good feeling. It's that feeling of like what I'm doing is like validified,
Yeah.
with the work that I put in over these years. Uh and the connection I'm able to make with the people that are around me and also that come to shows.
Now, is there any like when you were first starting out, like, is there any like you tried to emulate a finisher where you like, I want to do this, and then you're like, oh no, this is a bad idea, or it just didn't work out as a finisher? We're like,
Uh I was trying to do a like a middle rope moonsault,
mm-hmm.
right? So like jump up, middle rope, moonsault. I could do it, but each time I just wouldn't land right. And
Oh,
I'd like mini scorpion, I guess is the best way to put it. Like I went like, like full scorpion, but I guess enough that it kept jacking my back and then like
mm,
just like everything, lose my breath, fucking just back pain. I don't know what I was doing wrong. Like legitimately, like looking back at it, it doesn't look like it got any weird. Like it
right.
just for some reason I'd land and just and then just fucking nothing left.
Maybe that's just how the moonsault goes, and nobody ever actually talks about it. And they're like, yeah, no, just with the moonsault, you're gonna end up snapping your spine one of these days.
Yeah, I just don't understand what if I was just over rotating, landing too hard through the knees, or what the fuck was going on. But
Dude, I'm telling you, if I would have attempted a moonsault, it's either I'm headbutting the guy or I'm just gonna have to pretend that I was legit just going for a back elbow drop.
yeah, I mean,
There's either
hey,
going to be partial rotation or no rotation at all if my fat ass even manages to jump up onto the second rope. My knee might give out the second I try to jump
so
out.
so yeah, so it's like we'll just take it how it goes.
I'll just stick to being on the commentary table. Well, uh, there's a little. It's gonna sound tabloidy, but as a broadcaster, of course, I do my research, and I find you have a little bit of a love interest, not just interest, a love in your life. And
Hmm.
she also happens to be a wrestler, Ms. Briar Hale of the Hale Twins. You
Yeah, yeah,
managed
yeah.
to score what every guy hopes for, and you got a twin. How, I mean, for one, like, how is it like dating another wrestler? Because a comedian myself, I did not find another comedian because it's an unspoken rule. You don't go for other comics. We have way too big of egos, and it's just going to be like, well, they got booked for this show, and I didn't get booked for that show, and they're headlining, and I'm not headlining, or you ask them to open up
Mm-hmm.
for you. It's just a whole thing. Is that the same like with wrestlers, or is that like,
Oh no! Are you kidding me? She can go get signed. She can go get signed, take all the bumps. I'll stay home.
you're gonna let,
I'll be a great stay-at-home dad or something to our two cats.
honey, you go out and you go get hit.
Yeah.
You're not
I mean,
gonna
I don't
get
know.
hit at home.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, like we've been talking about, I keep getting freaking hurt. Like, I'll send her out. She can make the good money, and then I'll stay at home. I- I'll be your personal trainer. Get
Yeah,
paid for that.
do your actual job instead of
Yeah,
your.
exactly. But no, it's great. It's so much fun to be able to kind of share that passion with her. And recently since I've been out and not like booked on stuff, I've been able to go and support her at all of her shows. And she's had some cool bookings here recently. She was able to wrestle ODB, and she just wrestled Layla Hirsch and stuff. So
Nice.
it's been cool to like really see her thrive through this business.
How did you two crazy kids meet? Like, would you just meet at a show and you're like, time to hit on a diva?
It was we trained at the same spot, different classes. She was after my class by I think like 3 or 4.
Right.
Uh and it just kind of happened. It was after one of the Hall of Fame shows we started talking.
Hmm.
And after that, I was like, "Hey, want to go on a date or something besides seeing each other at a show?"
You were just
No.
oozing Riz, and I can totally see what she sees in you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey,
What's
no.
I'm not even gonna ask if you practice moves on her, because clearly you've got the moves.
Clearly.
And
Clearly.
I mean, you never had a difficulty of like telling the twins apart, have you? Like they never tried to pull something on you where they're just like she's sitting in the seat and then you go to the bathroom and suddenly they switch places or something like that just to trick you.
Now, no, luckily, I got really good at it really quickly.
Okay.
Uh,
You had a test. You put a little mark on the back of her neck just so you
yeah,
can
yeah.
just so you never get tricked.
It's it was something where I never interacted with them all that much because they kind of keep to themselves.
Right.
I mean, they do the twin thing where they keep to themselves. It didn't help too. Like a lot of times at like trainings, they were the only two girls, and the rest of us were dudes.
Right.
So like they would come in, they'd kind of work with each other over their stuff, but you know, we try to like be like, hey, you wanna like you guys could join in too.
You want to wrestle?
Nah, not really. We'll do stuff later. Okay. Well, we're not gonna push you. Like you do what you like.
Right. Establishing
And
boundaries. That's good.
yeah, and then finally, like we just ended up started talking and stuff, and I'm like, okay, now I have to nail this every single fucking time because if I
Right.
don't, bad.
Yeah. It's bad enough, just getting a regular girl confused. Now you've got one that literally knows how to suplex your ass.
Yeah, exactly. She beat the shit out of me. That's the thing, is like we've wrestled together before, and she beat the shit out of me, man. Like, there's a
There's some fun in that
reason.
though. There's some
Yeah,
fun
there's
in
a
it.
reason I have to do some stuff around the house. Otherwise, I will get fucking tossed out the front door.
Boy, you are in good company. That is why I love Latinas. There's just that little bit of danger that just keeps you coming back and don't know what it is. Mommy issues,
Hmm.
probably. Who
You never
doesn't have
know.
issues?
You never know.
So you're a physical therapist during the day, you're a wrestler by night, a lover in between. What does Bryce Jordyn do to relax? To just when he's not paying attention to his own injuries and the injuries of others or causing injuries to others. How do you wind down other than with a
Uh,
diva?
yeah. Well, there's working out. Working out is a excellent way that I calm down. I
Don't
give.
patronize me as my shirt comes up over my tits.
It's just like, I wake up, get to work, and then I have hour and a half to like work out before it's like, okay, it's time to eat.
Right.
And between that time, I'm able to just kind of do my thing. And then after that, if we're not hanging out, watching, like we watch a lot of anime.
What's
We
your go-to anime?
right now it's Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like we're staying up on that pretty frequently.
Bit of a fan of shonen anime.
Yeah, been a fan of shonen anime. We've been actually watching Gintama, which is an older one, which is like a little spoof parody anime, and they just make fun of shit. And it's
Okay.
great. It's great. We usually put that on if we're eating and we've seen something that we need to watch, but not really watch,
Right. Just some background noise.
Yeah. And then of course, gaming.
Okay.
Being able to game and relax that way.
You a PC gamer or PlayStation? What do you got?
PC and Switch.
Okay. I'm a PC gamer myself, as you can tell from the studio.
Mm-hmm.
What are you playing recently?
Recently I've been playing, well, the Switch 2 just re-put out Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness,
Of
which
course.
is such a childhood game for me, just
Wait,
love
they
the Shadow Pokemon
re-released it?
games. Yeah, onto the Switch 2.
How am I not hearing about this? I knew about Pokemon Red and like Pokopia, and they released a
Mm-hmm.
new like a battle one that was supposed to replace the. I didn't hear about XD getting released.
Yeah, I got released on like the GameCube uh like previous game thing that they have on the Switch.
Oh, like the rewind thing where it's like
The retro game section
oh,
of that, yes. So they
oh
put it
okay.
on that. So I've been playing that a lot, and then Baldur's Gate 3. Been playing that a
I
lot.
love Baldur's Gate 3. I fucks with. Who's your go-to love interest on
Right,
BG3?
Karlak.
Of course, Mommy Carl. I should have guessed with you going for a wrestler that you're gonna go for the muscle mommy demon
Yeah,
woman.
I mean she's great.
I can't talk too much crap because my go-to's Lae'zel, the one that's mean to everybody.
Yeah. That one gets crazy really
Oh
quickly.
yeah. Literally just before you go full love interest with it, she's like, "We need to try to kill each other." And I'm like, "All right, here we go."
All right, here we go. Let's fight.
Time for you to beat the crap out of me, but I'm still gonna make sure I win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been playing that. I'm trying to beat the honor mode, which is like you don't get to save the game. It's just what happens, and if you lose, you're done.
I
Deletes the file. That's it. Uh, and then right now the class I want to make work, and there's different ways to make it work, is the bard class. I like the bard. I like being a performer. I like the performance aspect of it.
You're
Like it's
talking
just
to a comedian. Of course we play Bard.
yeah,
You're
exactly.
a
It's like
performer. I'm
God,
a
these
yeah.
the bards are great.
Bard bards are just like who needs fighting when you can just hook up with everything?
Yeah, exactly. And trick your enemies into killing themselves. It's
Exact.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crown of madness everywhere. Everyone gets a crown.
yeah, exactly. It's great.
So here you go, fan. This is your I'm not talking comics, but we're still talking nerd stuff because
Oh
we're all
yeah.
nerds at heart. Was it
Oh yeah.
somebody said recently uh professional wrestlers are just buff theater nerds.
I mean,
And
when you really look at it, look at
yeah,
it from a great perspective.
I mean
Yeah.
legitimately episode 1 of this podcast we had Hot Rod Daddy Andy on, and he's gym every day. He's just stacked. He's just legitimately looks like he'd be a meathead. And I'm having a conversation with him, and he goes, "I have a Nintendo Power Glove that I rewired and put up lights on myself." I'm like, "What is happening?"
Like,
A guy that
wait.
looks like he'd have kicked my ass in high school, and we're best friends right now, talking about a Power Glove and
Yeah,
Animorphs.
like
And I
it's just
love.
great stuff.
I would have never expected, and I love the wrestling community. Like I said, I was a fan, and I stopped watching '09. But when I tell you, I never would have guessed that I would have been welcomed with open arms into this community of like, oh yeah, turns out they're all just buff ass nerds.
Yeah, I mean, me and the Shank. So the Shank works out with me. He's one of my tag team partners, part of the boys.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was either last Saturday or the Saturday before. We finished our workout and then we played Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yes.
Because I found my old cards, he found his old cards. So like, oh, we gotta play.
I'ma get it. 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 I'ma get it.
Like, did you build your own gaming PC? Or is this one of those, like, you bought it at a Best Buy?
I did my first one.
Okay.
I built my first one. This one I bought off of a guy I know because it had a 3080.
Oh, wow.
And at that time, like 3080s were like those were the mints.
Right.
Right? Like those were the things you wanted to get.
Right.
So I've had that one since. But I'm in need of upgrades, people, upgrades.
That's the problem with gaming PCs is you get this like high tier thing. Like I just built a new one. Was it now 3-4 years ago? I got mine, but mine's nothing too fancy. I didn't get a Vizio or what who has the 3080s? That's not Vizio, that's
Asus.
Nvidia.
Nvidia.
Yeah, I got myself like a
Just
Ryzen.
look at it.
And now
I'll say the Ryzen's not bad though.
No, the Ryzen it's pretty much neck and neck with those two. And mine's still like I just picked up Crimson Desert, and that thing like I'm just now getting to the point where my gaming PC is like recommended specs for some of the new games. So like probably within the next year or two, mine are going to be like minimum specs.
Yeah, the biggest thing right now is I need more RAM. But RAM is just stupid
Good luck.
right now.
Good
like, RAM is
luck.
stupid right now. Like I can't believe it.
I mean, everything's expensive.
When I built my first fucking PC, like RAM was like to get good RAM, it was like $50.
Oh yeah, I think when I built mine, 4 or 5 years ago, my RAM was about the same price as like the memory sticks. Like I got it for like $40.
Yeah, and now it's like, oh,
Yeah.
good luck finding it, and it's also $250.
This is a down payment on a used car to get RAM.
Yeah, like it's stupid. It's dumb.
So, like, I mean, I still stick with like, I've got vintage consoles as well. I still crack up my my GameCube. My GameCube's unpacked and my PlayStation 4 is still in a box from when I moved 2 years ago.
That's because the GameCube's goated.
The GameCube fucks,
the GameCube
dude.
is so good.
Dude.
I still have my it's kind of funny. Let me see. Do I have it back? Oh, I do.
We'll be right back after this. No, I'm totally kidding. You're
not
a
comedian. Fill the time.
That's true. Oh, I've got a vamp now? Is that what this is? you're not the first. Oh my God, God, you just kicked me in the teeth with nostalgia.
Yep.
What is that?
And of course, this thing still fucking works because and Nintendo 64 is the greatest console ever.
Of course.
It's just a fucking brick.
Do you have the microphone that came with it?
I do somewhere.
Yes, it's amazing. Oh my God. You and Andy are just kicking me in the teeth with this. Andy pulls out the Power Glove. You pull out a Pikachu Nintendo 64 with the.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What was the? It's not Let's Go Pikachu. That was the.
Hey
That was
you
the one. Hey
Pikachu.
you Pikachu. Oh my God. I just saw. Uh, I have a habit of when I'm on the road doing shows, I will just go to like thrift store, not thrift, like antique shops,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
just go through and get punched in the stomach being like, "Hey, look, the stuff that you grew up with is in an antique store."
Yeah.
But I saw uh the orange GameCube.
Mm.
Yeah. Full
So
controller and everything, and
so
if so help me if you grab an orange GameCube.
it's not orange,
Okay.
but talking about Pokemon XD Gale of
Oh my
Darkness.
God.
Oh, please come into frame. Do I have to hide behind
It's
it?
flicking in and
There
out.
we
There it
go.
is.
Oh, fucking zoom.
There we
Yeah.
go. You're gonna have to eventually just show your trashy room so that we can see all these things.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it's insane what I have when I realize I have it. I'm
right.
like, oh yeah, that's right, I have this thing. But it's like Nintendo 64 and GameCube's like the games I grew up with. Like my
Oh,
first wrestling game was WrestleMania 2000 on the
mm,
N64.
of course. See, I wrestling games I didn't pick up until like I think it was like the original PlayStation. I started grabbing those. That was like
The SmackDowns.
SmackDown Here Comes the Pain or something like that. I think that
Yeah,
was
I never got into those because I didn't have a PlayStation. But like
dude,
playing
I had
WrestleMania
an
2000,
Atari. That's how old I
oh,
am.
that's fucking great though. And WCW NWO Revenge, like those two games were what like just full on sent me into pro wrestling.
Dude, we just before our interview, I had Rhino on the pod for just a little bit of time. I didn't have enough time to tell him that, like, hey Rhino, when I played SmackDown versus Raw, I 1,000% used you to get my create a character over. So even, Rhino in his legitimate time, his 30-year career, I mean, one of the greats to like get guys over and use it to make yourself look like a monster, where you're like,
hmm
I defeated the Rhino. 100% I use that as well on my creative character. We're like, look, he beat the
Yeah.
Rhino.
Oh, keep me real, dog.
So, do you have a like a go-to thing like you use to hype yourself up before a show? Because like there's some comedians out there like you'll see them shadow boxing before they get on stage, and we're legitimately telling dick jokes. Like at least with wrestlers, it's not weird to see you shadow boxing. But like, do you have like you put on a playlist and hype yourself up, or what do you do to
Uh,
get yourself ready to go out into the ring?
Not much a music guy.
Okay,
I don't like throwing headphones because I like to listen. Like
hear how
throughout
they're
the
reacting to
entire
the other
time. Yeah, throughout
matches.
the entire time of the show, I like to listen. Because then like you can determine instantly what type of crowd they are.
Right.
If it's a crowd where it's like, hey, they like indie, they like moves,
Yeah.
go out there and do stuff. You do that, but then you like watch a match and have a reaction, and then a match goes out and it's all like character work.
Hmm.
And being able to interact with the crowd and go off them, it's like, oh shit, well, okay, they want to be involved more,
Right.
right? So you have to go to them a little bit more to get them invested, and then you can start doing your cool stuff, and then they're invested. Uh, Other than like smelling salts, like let me tell you, man,
I
smelling
haven't
salts are great.
I haven't actually ever taken a whiff of smelling salts.
So it was before a street match.
Okay.
Uh, Before a street match against Jackson King and ZK47, me and the Shank. And Alvin Falcone is there, and he goes, guys, you're going to this match, it's gonna be pretty crazy, right? We're like, yeah, we're gonna try to be crazy. He goes, smell this.
Oh god.
Immediately we're both like, okay, we know what this is.
Famous last
You know,
words.
then we go. Shank takes a hit. He's like, like, okay, make sure. I got a big ass nose. Make sure you don't inhale too much. I go and immediately I got way too much. I was like, oh, oh. Immediately after I take it, our music hits.
Oh
We
no.
fucking sprint out there. I just dig into, I can't remember if it was Zay or Jackson. And I'm just fucking boom, boom. Sorry, dude, jacked up right now. they're
Yeah.
all they're all safe shots and safe places, you know.
Of
I wasn't
course.
smacking them in the fucking head, but I'm like, blame Alvin, blame Alvin, let's go.
Got hit with Bane's venom, sounds like.
Yeah, like I was hopped up, I was ready to go. It was the first time I bled in a match for not my bloody nose, because I used to get those all the time.
Right.
So like, oh, I was ready, and I was ready to go.
Jeez. Smelling salts is it's like a safe Coke, almost.
Yeah, basically. I mean, might as well do both.
Easy now.
No. Drugs are bad, kids.
The thoughts and words of Bryce Jordyn are not the thoughts and words of State of X and Social Experiment Wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, Professor Mackey, you know, drugs are bad.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
They are. Don't do them. Do
Yeah.
smelling salts instead.
Stay in school. Do your vitamins.
It worked for Hulk Hogan.
Worked. But then again, so did Coke. Coke also worked for Hogan.
That is very true. But besides that, like, just getting in the zone of trying to prepare myself to, you know, go out in front of people in my underwear.
Yeah, you gotta. And again, that comes back to strippers, comedians, and pro wrestlers. At some point,
Mhm.
we're all gonna end up in our underwear.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, you got to be ready for it. Otherwise, you know, fans can immedially shit on you.
And
Crazy.
when they're upset with you when you're in your underwear, it is vulnerable.
You're just standing there like,
Leaving nothing to the imagination.
Hey guys, I'm here.
Oh, I have unfortunately had too many of those moments that I don't want to recall. And sadly, most of them were being a comedian. Yeah,
Part of the gig.
You do
Part
what
of the
you
gig.
can.
Yep.
What about like on the road? Like I would imagine you're a little bit of a healthy eater. You know, you go to the gym, you try to take care of yourself. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
other than when you apparently have an injury, you don't tend to take care of yourself.
Just
But
multiple. Just rack them up.
like, is there like a cheat day for you? Like, what's a good I'd imagine you try to stay away from fast food unless you're one of those where you're like, I can eat anything and still be skinny, and in which case I will hate you.
Yeah, not anymore. Used to be. Finally, age has caught up with that aspect of things.
Good.
It's hard. I hate cheat days. I hate to say it.
Really?
I hate cheat days. Not that I don't do them.
Of course.
I just hate when it happens. Like, you know, I hate to be that bland guy that's like, yeah. But like, our supper usually is chicken and rice.
I mean,
right?
there's things you can do to make it good. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not against chicken and rice.
We put teriyaki sauce on it, and like, we make it good, right? It's not just fucking, you know, chicken. Right? We spice it up. We throw teriyaki sauce. We find ways to make it tasty.
Good. It's not white people chicken.
Yeah, it's not white people chicken, because otherwise I'd lose my mind.
That's fine.
But like, and then same lunch is usually rice and ground turkey. Because it's super lean. But it's like, I enjoy those. Like, I'm a person that I can have the same thing every day, and I don't care.
That's called autism, my friend.
Yeah, it's like, it's just like, food does not, like, I like good food, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
so then
I'm like, man,
Yeah,
If I could
what?
just have chicken and rice right now, I'd be fine.
So there's nothing like you don't get like a hankering for like a Crunchwrap Supreme or you know like a sort of like I don't know. I guess sushi's kind of healthy.
Yeah, I mean, like, uh, the twins like McDonald's after shows, so we'll get McDonald's. And I mean, like, there was one time where I was like, oh, I really like the Big Mac.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get a Big Mac because
dude.
I haven't had one, and
When
I
I
had
found
one,
out
and
you can
I was
get
like, this
mac
is
sauce on
gross.
anything,
Oh yeah, I was like, I love Big Macs, and now I'm like, I was eating it, I'm like, God, I feel like shit eating this. Like, it made me not feel good, and I was like, I'm like, this sucks because I remember eating a lot of Big Macs when I was in college. Like,
dude. I used to. One of my first jobs, I worked at UPS in like an overnight shift. I worked from like 10 p.m. to 4 in the morning loading the semis. When I tell you my go-to thing when I would leave the girl I was seeing, I would leave her house, and there was a Burger King in between her house and the UPS warehouse, and I would get a triple Whopper with cheese, large fry, and a
eh.
large Dr. Pepper, and crush that in like 20 minutes before my shift and then just go and sweat in a like a no
Yeah.
ventilation trailer and
Yeah,
just like I mean I probably sweated off not completely as you guys can tell but I mean it catches up to you now but damn it I'm way too much of a like my wife thankfully she like gets me to eat more at home and like I
mm.
do some things like I, when we got this place, I found like a D&D cookbook, and it's
Oh.
legitimately just like it's based on like a full story of like they have their chefs like make D&D characters and they tell a story, but it's just filled with like fantasy themed like foods, and honestly,
Mhm.
fucking a lot of it's fire. Like I cooked, it was like a spiced pork with onions and peppers, and
That sounds good.
that's my go-to
That
for
sounds good.
a lot of times. And yeah, like I have enjoyed cooking at home more. There's just something about that, but damn it if I don't enjoy some fast food every now and again.
Yeah.
Like it's
I mean,
just
fucking sometimes my biggest problem, and this is terrible by the way, for if you want to, gain muscle and weight, is sometimes I just
oh yeah,
don't
totally.
eat. I just don't eat. Like, she she got mad at me one of these other days. She's like, "Have you eaten yet today?" And it's like 1 o'clock.
I'm familiar with depression.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, nah, she's like, you have to eat. I'm like, how about this? I'll make a protein shake and I'll think about it.
Briar sounds like me and you are like my wife because the amount of times turned to my wife and I've gone, "When's the last time you ate?" She goes, "Yesterday afternoon," and it's 8 p.m. the next day. I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" She's like, "What? I had coffee and a cigarette."
That's something that she gets on me a lot because sometimes I'm not able to go to some shows, like some Friday shows, because I still have to work and she's able to get it off for her show.
Mm-hmm.
And she will message me because I'll eat my lunch, I'll eat my breakfast, and I'll eat my lunch. And then she'll be like, "So, you have dinner yet?" It's like 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, "Yeah, I had a protein shake after I worked out, and I'm not hungry. So I
Oh,
guess that counts." It's like, "No, you have to eat." Like, fuck.
yeah,
That means I have to eat.
you
Otherwise, I'm
need
in trouble.
sustenance. Yeah,
Otherwise, I'm in trouble.
yeah, you need
There's just
food.
there's just times where just like I'm like, God, I'm not hungry. It's not even like a, oh, I don't want to eat because I'm, oh, fucking. It's like I'm just not hungry.
I get it, and like, trust me, there's been plenty of times. Of course, I'm fixing my chair on camera. I'm usually better at that, but there's been plenty of times I've had sleep for dinner, but like, I mean, I'm just like it's such a weird concept to me. That's mainly because like even when I was in much better shape, when I was a stripper at like from 18 to 19, like I had abs. I had like I mean it was barely defined abs cuz I was never starving myself by any means, but like I had a chest and shoulders and it was just like I still love food. Like food tastes better than looking good to me,
And
unfortunately.
and see, I think that's where my issue is like food is
You kind of just see
like
it as like
it's a nutrition.
yeah, you're just
Like
like
that's it.
oh,
Like
you have to eat. Like
yeah, like if I didn't have to, I
it's a
wouldn't.
function for you, not a pleasure for you.
Yeah,
I don't know the
like
actual word. It's late and I'm
yeah, I agree. But I understand like yeah, it's just at some point like and don't get me wrong, like I like good food.
yeah.
You know, like being able to go like cook up a burger on a grill, like good burger, you know, that's great. Being able to go out to eat and having good food like is good. But then there's just times I'm like, eh, fucking whatever. I'll
Yeah.
be fine. I'll live. So
Right. You can go days without eating. I don't recommend it, especially with you dating Briar Hale. Should cave in your skull for not eating for multiple days.
she got so mad. She's like, "Have you eaten yet?" And she's like, "If I wake up and you haven't eaten something yet, like this specific sub that we had, because you know it's in like a wrapper, she's like, this is what you had to eat. If you don't open that up and eat it, and it's not gone, and I see it in the trash, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you." And I'm like, "Okay, I will eat. I get it. I get it. I need to eat. Sorry."
Not gonna lie, kind of hot.
Yeah, yeah,
I can see what you see in it, because I hear that
yeah.
at home as well. And that's more just like if you didn't do this thing that I told you to do, which I do, I'm a good husband, and it's not like a don't ever like I will give my wife crap and I'll make jokes about her, throwing something at me by no means am I ever going to be like trying to call for help. I am exactly where I want to be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, she just cares. Trying to make
Yeah,
sure I'm not doing something stupid and just
exactly.
forget. It's because that's another thing. I just forget sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, like I
There's
said,
there's a little bit thing where you know you get dropped on your head enough, eventually you forget things.
right. I mean, if it wasn't for her, I would still probably be eating the triple whopper with cheese. I'd be getting a large pizza. There's there was so many times like I was married once before, and we lived in like an apartment with my first. She came home at one point, and I had one of those like Jack's frozen pizzas, but I had rolled it up like a gas station taquito almost, and I
Mm.
was just two fisting that into my mouth, and she just opens the door, looks at me, and goes, "You're disgusting." I go, "But it's delicious."
But it works.
It's so good. And yeah, there's just sometimes, especially now that I'm a little bit more of a fan of the edibles, where just trashy food is nice, but like, and even when I say like cooking at home is good, my trashiness still kind of comes out because there's a couple of times where I'm just like, I'm craving hamburger helper.
Yeah,
And there's nothing wrong with hamburger helper. There's,
nothing wrong with it.
let me get a one
Nothing
shot here.
wrong.
There's nothing wrong with hamburger helper. It is a damn good meal. You get, I mean, meat's expensive right now, but like, you get a pound of ground beef for like $5. Hamburger helper's $2, less than $10, and you can feed a family of four, or me twice.
Not a bad deal.
It's not a bad deal.
Cheaper than chicken. Chicken's fucking expensive.
I've got a go-to for that actually. If you want to hear it,
Mm.
there's if you go to, I mean, we're both in the Midwest here, and
Hmm.
most of the listeners are probably Midwest. Go to Hy-Vee, and on the meat uh shelf or the cooler that they have back there,
Yeah, yeah.
they'll have the chicken breast where it's like, two pieces in that little yellow package. Look
Hmm.
over to the side down at the bottom. They're like the slightly lesser cuts of meat. There's 12 of them in a package for $12, $14.
It's not bad.
And you can just tear that open, package up two at a time, throw it in the freezer. You've got
Yeah.
5-6 meals.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the biggest thing right now is like, God, meat's getting so expensive.
I've been doing
Can't
that
stand it.
so often, and now there's not just hamburger helper, there's like chicken helper and all that stuff. But yeah, if you do a lot of chicken and rice, go to Hy-Vee and it's legitimately still in like the little yellow styrofoam thing.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah, just kind of off to the.
it's on the bottom rather than like right up in view. Just look down and you get like 8 pieces of chicken, like boneless, skinless chicken breast for 10, $14, depending on,
Yeah.
because they still go off of weight, but it's
Right.
just as good chicken.
Yeah. It does the same thing.
Yeah,
They all clucked.
exactly. So that's a tip for you and a tip for you out there.
There you go.
All right, we are just about out of time with this whole thing. Half the time, other than the time I'm pointing out on the camera, I forgot we were recording some of these times, just having a conversation with you.
Yeah, just chilling,
And that's
having a
the
good
fun of this
time.
podcast. So, excuse me while my throat's about to collapse on me, but plug it in. Tell people where you're going to be, promote. You're going to make an appearance at our May 9th show.
Correct. I will be there. It'll
So,
be the first real appearance really for Bryce Jordyn since injury. You know, I got a little involved just to back up a buddy, but other than that, this will be like actual get in a ring type deal.
and then where can they find you on social media and all that fun stuff?
Bryce Jordyn on Facebook, B Jordan 24 on X or Twitter. It's just Twitter. I think that's it right now. You know, I used to do the Twitch thing and I used to do YouTube, but don't really do that no more. So yeah, just find me on the Facebook and the X.
Don't got an Instagram, TikTok, nothing like that?
Instagram, yeah. I always forget about all this shit. Fucking, I hate social media
I
with a
have
fucking passion. I
to,
understand it's what it is, but I if I could delete all of them,
dude,
I would.
if I didn't need it to promote shows and try to get people out there and like be an attention whore, all of it would be gone.
Dude, all I need Facebook for is to tell people happy birthday whenever it's their birthday. Other than that, the rest of it can fucking go. But yes, I'm also on Instagram, bjordan24. Go see me there. I don't post much because, like I said, I'm a fucking hater of social media. I need to do better. My New Year's resolution should have been to post more on social media.
No, that'd be a terrible one. I mean, other than the fact that we quite literally need it to make a living, but
Yeah, right? It's just fucking God, I
well,
hate
and
it.
yet you will be at the May 9th Riverhawk Rumble in Mason City, Iowa. Once again, I said it at the beginning of this. Limited tickets available. We have sold out of the front row, and the rest are gonna go soon. So hit
Hell
that
yeah.
up. Bryce, thank you so much for sitting down and chit-chatting with me. It was a fantastic time just getting to hang out with you.
Yeah, man, it was a good time. It was nice meeting you. I'm glad we talked. It was a good time. I needed it.
Absolutely. Have a good night, man.
Hey, have a great night.
Ladies and gentlemen, my guest shouldn't need an introduction because he is an absolute legend in the business. He has put his shoulder through sets, superstars, and even some superstars' wives. But please give your love and admiration for an absolute legend in the game, Mr. Terrence Guido Guerin, better known to many as the man beast himself, Rhino. Rhino, thank you
Yeah,
so much for taking the time.
well, thank you for having me, and what an introduction. So, you had to remind me that I gored women, and so
Hey,
some of them were tougher than the men, you know.
I can imagine. There had to be a couple of people that were too scared to take the gore.
Yeah, yeah. So,
I mean, I know I
but
would be.
yeah, right. So,
They all seemed within good sports, but you are coming back after you were kind enough to grace us with your presence a year ago in
mhm.
Reedland, Iowa, with your partner Heath Slater. Can you kind of
Yeah.
what was your experience like in Iowa? Have you been in Iowa many times, or was that kind of like your First time getting
No, I
small
have.
town.
Yeah, I haven't wrestled in Iowa a lot, and I love Iowa. I think it's a great state, and I have an amateur wrestling background too. And it seems like they breed amateur wrestlers in Iowa. I'm trying to find the breeding farms and put together a team, but I haven't been so lucky. But yeah, I love just Dyersville, Iowa, the Field of Dreams. I'm a big fan of American Pickers, so I actually went to their shop and visited that.
Did you get
And
anything
actually
good
picked
while
up
you were
some
there?
stuff. Yeah, actually, Mike, the Mike Wolf, stopped in, and believe it or not, and I actually posted a picture of us, and he had a wrestling book they had just sold like a couple weeks prior that they picked, and it was on one of the shows, and I would have liked to have went over it with him. I thought that would have been cool, but yeah,
Yes.
so. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of great things in Iowa, and they're always great wrestling fans. So I always look forward to going there and wrestling,
Well, we
and looking
definitely,
forward to coming
yeah, we
the
definitely
night.
love having you back. You are going up against our newly crowned heavyweight champion, the Aztec Warrior Hugh Mack. And that is going to
Yeah,
be,
yeah.
you faced some monsters in your time. Like, you've gone up against Big Show and guys like that. And just, is there, like, I mean, you look fantastic for your age, don't get me wrong, but is there still some of those, like, you try to pick up the big guys, or you definitely want to still just make sure you keep it to the ground?
Yeah, I keep it to the ground and rip them in half with a gore. So I haven't been able to hit a gore successfully picking them up. So yeah,
That's
and I'm,
fair.
I'm I'm smart enough to never try to lift the big show. So yeah,
That's true. There's very few that have tried that, and honestly,
yeah,
there's
very,
very good reason for it.
right, right.
That and you get enough workout at the marina. That's Big Daddy's boatyard, if I remember right.
Yes, yes. And then I just grabbed another one, Big Daddy's Boatyard, Otter Creek, which is a few miles away. So, yeah, just, wrestling and working on that. And I actually have a promotion with my buddy called Insane Wrestling Revolution. So we actually, we're on Triller, and that's a lot of fun too. So it's just work, work, work. And, if you enjoy what you do, you never work a day in your life. But,
You're an absolute workaholic, my man. Where did this love for
oh,
boats come from?
being born and raised in Michigan and the Great Lakes, just my father was always into boating. We didn't have money growing up, but he had wooden boats, and we learned how to work on them. And we never went on vacation, and that was kind of like a vacation type deal. And it was just a family thing, and just it's just a passion when you're out on the water, and it's just heavenly, unless it's storming, then.
That's
But
true.
with today's technology, unless you got to get someplace, you can kind of, when it's coming through, and you can kind of hunker down and, get out of there, but sometimes you get caught in there. So, but
That's true.
anyways,
I have a huge fear of open water, unfortunately. Like, you'll mainly catch me on the docks. I still love fishing. Are you just more of
yeah.
a leisure boater, or you actually go out there and catch some fish?
No, I'm a marina owner, so I'm a non-boater.
Oh, okay.
So you really don't find time to go boating. Unfortunately, it's funny because they say the closer you get to the water, the less you're on the water. But I'm just working, and my thing is when I see families go out and have fun, or people go out fishing and have fun and come back, and I can provide a nice, clean marina where they're happy to be part of, and that's the real enjoyment. But definitely, every year I say this, I want to get out on the water a little bit more, because we only have so many summers left in us. So it's very important to take advantage of it. So
Yeah.
my problem is I have a hard time clocking out. That's my problem. That's the only reason why I don't get out, on the water, because I'm always thinking, oh, I can get this done, I can get that done. And it's like, okay, I can get this done before I, head out. And I remember one time I was heading overseas last year, and I'm like, man, I can plant the flowers. And so it was 18. I got 18. Um, they're not baskets, but they were basket flowers, and I had um, little pottery things. So, well, actually, there's one right down there.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but yeah, so I got everything else done. I packed, and I was going away for like 2 weeks or something, and I got all of them planted. So the little planters. So, but yeah, so I was pretty happy with myself for getting that done. So
Marine
and then I
owner
had to
and a
pay some.
gardener.
Yeah, I got a green thumb. Always had quite of a green thumb. So
Is there a
proud of it.
is there a garden at the house as well, or you mainly stick with the
No,
flowers at the
no, just
marina?
flowers. Yeah, flowers. Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
we don't have time to, plant cucumbers and tomatoes.
Oh,
So
come on. I mean, here after a little bit, you've got to open up the marina, but afterwards we can see in I could see in one of those big sunblocker hats, maybe some blue
yeah,
blocker sunglasses.
right, right. Maybe in a few years, but
It's either
no,
going to be Sea
one thing.
Captain Rhino or Farmer Rhino.
Right, right. So maybe a couple corn stalks, and So
Yeah, you come to Iowa, we'll teach you how to grow the corn right.
I was gonna say, yeah. So
Well, not only boats. I remember you saying you were a love of driving. Is that still the case? You still able to get out on the road?
yeah, yeah. I'm usually wrestling 2 to 4 days a week. So
Nice.
I drive, and now that I'm not with TNA anymore, I'm flying a lot because I can book a little bit further out my schedule. So I'm going overseas a little bit more, and and I'm picking up bookings, a little further west, and my schedule's getting a little tighter, and so I have to fly from town to town. But yeah, I like driving. So this weekend I've got probably about 30 hours, 36 hours in the car. So in three
Nice.
days.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, long drives. Yeah. So
You got a go-to playlist when you hit the road, songs that you have to hit?
classic, classic rock, rap, the '90s rock and roll and hip hop and all that. So I'll
Okay.
even throw in some '90s dance music here and there, early 2000s. So
Really?
yeah, I've I've officially I'm at that age where I don't listen to new music. So
Hey, I'm still
yeah,
there as well. I mostly hit like classic rock and things like that, or even just I'll put on Hall and Oates, the Orleans,
yeah,
guys
yeah,
like that.
yeah. I'm not at that age saying, the new stuff stinks or anything. I just haven't,
Right.
given it a shot. So, but I like music, and, I like artists and stuff like that. So I can't say that I don't like it. I just haven't, I think it's probably because you have access to YouTube, and I'll just put on a mix of, videos, and I'll listen to the music while I'm driving. I'm not watching the videos. So I think that's why, we have more access to that, and we don't really necessarily have to listen to a radio station. So I think we've been spoiled as far as access to, all these different, you don't have to search for a cassette or a CD player in your car, and, where you just resort to turning on a station, but you can just right at your fingertips and even just say what you want to listen to. So,
God, I
but
remember those just the huge books of like a CD player or like a CD that
yeah, right,
trying to
right.
flip through while you're driving.
Yeah.
I'm
So
just laughing at the thought that there might be a time somebody's driving down the road, look over, and they see the Rhino jamming out to like Sabrina Carpenter or Chapel Roan.
yeah,
That'd
right.
be a hell of a sight to
Captain and
see.
Tennille. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Rio Duran.
oh, we gotta get the classics in there. That has got to be a hell of a road trip. Have you traveled with a lot of I know there's a few wrestlers out there. Is there you and Heath? Did you guys travel in the car a lot, or was that separately?
Oh yeah. No, we traveled together. Actually, we were really good road buddies, and we were a real tag team. Traveled together, roomed together. Yeah. So, um, yeah, he would listen to kind of the same genre of music. So he wasn't into Motown as much as I was. So, but I
Okay.
love Motown music. So
Everybody's got their
yeah.
flaws, I suppose. Heath, I mean, not you. Of course not.
I was gonna say,
I would never diss you for
yeah,
liking Motown. Of course not.
yeah. So yeah. Plus, growing up, I grew up on Motown, and obviously those hits were, before I was even born. But I mean, still to this day, there's some of the, I went into the bank, and it was Jackson 5 was playing, and the bank teller, she's probably in her early 20s, and they see me there all the time. So I go, "Do you know who this is?" And she goes, "Yeah, Jackson 5, Michael Jackson singing." I'm like, "Okay, there is hope for the younger generation." So she goes, because I talked to all of them, and she goes, "I'm actually shocked that you thought I didn't know that." I go, "Well, you were raised right." So, but anyways,
The wild look my wife would give me the times that I've put on like the Temptations and something like that.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Love
and
them.
that's the cool thing, Hitsville. Where a lot of that was recorded is right down here in Detroit. It was a house, and it was turned into the studios and stuff, and the office, and yeah.
Some of those are
So it's
great when
really,
it's the little house converted into a studio rather than some
yeah,
big business. You get
yeah,
just like a little
yeah,
tiny house and they just, I mean, this is what I'm
yeah,
trying to do with this whole setup is convert it into a nice little studio.
yeah, yeah. And when it works, it's great too. So yeah.
All right.
And Barry Gordy actually started Motown in '58, and he got an $800 loan from his parents. So, and he
Really?
worked for Ford Motor Company. Yeah, it's actually a really good story. So,
I can barely get 20
inspirational
bucks out
too.
of my parents. I know you've got a lot of work to do on the marina.
Yeah,
Are you guys opening, like you guys are open right now? Or is it,
yeah, yeah. Well, the boats are starting to come in. I'm, basically getting it ready. We've been working around here. Oh, geez, probably the last couple of weeks, just getting everything out for the summertime and trying to get it ready early.
what does all
So,
that entail? Like getting it ready?
oh, what doesn't it? Yeah, just getting the furniture out, getting the patio stuff out, just dropping dock posts in, pulling out the bubblers, um, just cleaning up the yard. I mean, moving some boats around, stuff like that.
You
So
got some guys to put in
yeah,
those docks for you, or are you still doing that yourself?
no, just the dock post. No, I do it. Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
yeah,
Does that require you
so
with
I
like
do.
some big sledgehammer just driving it into the ground, or what's going
Actually,
on?
believe it or not, some of the dock posts you have to drive into the muck. So there's like a pole driver, so you don't
Oh,
want to
okay.
because you'll have to pop them out. So you don't want to drive them down too far. So as long as you give them a couple good whacks, they're not going to go anywhere. And then you just there's a mounting bracket on the dock. So my docks are steel and cement over at this location. So they're not moving. So just a
Okay.
couple taps and yeah, the muck and you're good.
Yeah, and eventually you'll be upgrading the newer version of Big Daddy's Boatyard into getting all that cement and things like that, so you're not tearing yourself up at when you
Right.
get when you're getting up
Yeah.
there.
Well,
Eventually, those docks are going to be
yeah.
fucking more than you can handle, almost.
Right, right. Yeah. No, they're it's just like anything. You always want to keep on improving and making little improvements here and there and so but
It keeps you
yeah.
in shape at
So
least.
yeah, it keeps you going. You're always constantly figuring things out. And plus, with I always say, I'm the accounting department, the management department, the this department, that department. I joke around with everybody, but yeah, it just keeps you sharp mentally and physically. Especially when you're hauling shit halfway across the yard, and you're dragging it, not you don't have a piece of equipment to drag it, so
So
that'll build a little endurance.
did management approve Speedo week at Big Daddy's Boatyard just yet?
No, I don't know who I was joking around. My brother came up with that, and we joke around with Speedo Week, and it was funny because the the canvas guy at another marina, because we don't have a canvas shop here, and he actually, I would joke around with him. I'm like, "You're invited to Speedo Week." And he thought I was serious. His employee knew I was joking around. But he's like, "Are you really having Speedo Week?" And I'm like, "No."
Hey,
Come
that
on now.
that could be merch. I know you got Big Daddy's Boatyard t-shirts,
Yeah.
but you can get Big
Yeah.
Daddy's Boatyard
Yeah.
Speedos.
Actually, now that I think about it, I should make Big Daddy's Boatyard bikinis. So
Absolutely. You can get the
there you
logo
go.
right
I'll
on the
cut.
top for the
Yeah.
ladies.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That little Jolly Roger. All right, I know you got some clients to call and you got some
yeah.
business to
Yeah.
do, big guy, but I'm thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate your
Yeah.
time greatly for, even just taking a few minutes to sit down and talk with me. I'm hoping, when you come next
Yeah,
month, you might bring a T-shirt from Big Daddy's Boatyard. I'd
yeah,
love to.
yeah. You know what? I actually have to order some more. But yeah, I just now that you mention it, I'm gonna order some more, and I'll bring. A lot of wrestling fans like to collect that stuff.
Oh,
And they
I
like
am
to
a
support.
merch slut.
Yeah, same here. But no, it's nice when wrestlers do other things outside of wrestling, and fans are very supportive of it, and wrestling fans are very supportive, and whatever money I make in wrestling, I also put in the marina and stuff, and just so it's the wrestling community. They have a stake in this too. So the least I could do is work hard to make it, a go. So, or to continue to make it a successful venture. So,
Absolutely. We
and then
love,
what else is going to be successful is me winning that title.
yes, going up against Humek. You are
Yeah,
ready to go and give Humek the gore. I'm
right, right.
excited to see an absolute legend working live.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, Rhino. I know you got calls to make, so that's all the time we're gonna have for you. Thank you so much for taking the
Yes,
time
for
for
sure.
this.
We'll see you. We'll see you in a few.
That is going to do it for this episode of the State of X podcast. Thank you all so much for watching this. And of course, I want to thank my guests, Bryce Jordyn and the legend Rhino, for taking the time out of both of your schedules to just sit down and talk with me for a few minutes. As you can see, the puppy's all ready for bed, and it is my bedtime around here. So, thank you all so much, but please make sure you like and subscribe. Liking the video lets me know that you're actually enjoying this content that you put out, and subscribing is just so you can get notified of when we put out all the great content, not just State of X podcast, but X tapes, and of course all the other things we are putting out on the channel. Whenever time you're watching this, whether it's the evening, the afternoon, the morning, I appreciate you for watching this, and I love you. Have a good night, and we will see you May 9th in Mason City, Iowa at the Riverhawk Rumble.